The roids are working too well, I think. How's it going, guys?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Have you gotten out to the floor at all?
No, and I wanted to try this year, but I think we're doing a signing on the floor, so that'll be the first time I've been on the floor at Comic-Con, so I'm excited.
Yeah, there's a version of you running around out there.
Is there?
It's actually
My area's much younger. That's all right. Yeah.
So we've been talking a lot about the various overarching themes all season for both the entire plot and various characters. What do you know about your character and what's going to be driving this land of relief?
In this land of relief, did you say? Belief.
That sounds like a bathroom. No, this land of belief.
I mean, there's some things happening that I can't give away right now, but I think ultimately the idea is that for a lot of characters, and particularly Charming this season, is that he's going to get back to his pure self. You know, we talked a lot, you know, in the first season where he was separated from himself. They were all separated from himself. Second season, they figured out who they were, but they had this like duality going on of their old life in these 28 years of living without any knowledge of who they were. And he gives that speech saying, we are both. We are both bad experiences and good experiences. And I think this season now, in terms of moving forward for Charming as a character, it's about getting back to who he truly is, his pure self. So I think, I think that's going to be the journey, and I think the journey, you know, of course there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be happening this season, a lot of, you know, obstacles that come up for all these characters, but right now we're all on this ship. We have villains, we have heroes, we have a pirate, we have a savior, and we're all on this ship in a very small, confined space, trying to get Henry back. So it's going to be explosive because all these people live their lives by different rules, different sets of morals. So it's going to be really interesting.
Is there any? I'm sorry.
No, there's probably going to be some fistles flying.
That's what I was going to ask. Is there any particular character that might be surprising to the audience that we might have conflict with as part of being?
Well, I think right now, and as far as I know, we're on the ship, and those conflicts that we all know, the conflict between Charming and Regina, or the Charmings and Regina, Emma and Regina, Rumpelstiltskin with everyone, Charming with Hook. Those conflicts are still there, but now they're going to be heightened and they're going to come to the forefront. So it's whether or not these people can put their differences aside and work together and getting Henry back, or maybe even use their differences to get Henry back.
Do you feel like, it kind of seems like Charming is most kind of sure of himself during times where there's big problems and big conflicts and running around. So do you think that there's a certain kind of clarity that, and that's why he's kind of becoming more of himself because there's a big mission
That's
now?
a really good way to put it, and I'm going to use that. It's a really good way to put it. I think, in those times, that's when he does find more clarity and more sense of purpose. And, it's a crazy world that they live in, and it's crazy times, and I think that's one reason why, last season he was always trying to get Snow, let's go back, we have to go back, we have to rebuild, because I think that is his anchor, that's his place where he does find the most clarity in Fairytale. So I do think now that Henry is missing, and that's the big thing right now, that's the big focus. So there's going to be some things that happen to Charming that he's going to have to really find some clarity and really find a purpose to stay on that road to get him back.
Is there an encounter between Charming and Peter Pan that happened as far as you know early on?
As far as I know, yes. Yeah, but I think it's not just with, as far as I know, yes. I mean, we all have it. I think we're all going to meet him at some point. I don't have any details about that.
Do you think Henry is prepared? You prepared Henry enough for this different land? As far as sword fighting goes.
I think Henry, I think Charming thinks Henry is super capable. And I think he's really, as a grandfather, I think he's really proud of him. He's really proud of his whole thing. He's so brave, he's so honest, and he has such a belief. And I think that's going to play very important for Henry in his belief. And I think, what was the question?
If Charming prepared Henry enough for...
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, probably no. I mean, probably not because, Charming's never been to Neverland. It's a new world that he doesn't know. I think Charming's heard about Neverland. He's never been. So, these are all characters that, he's going to encounter for the first time too. But, I think he probably feels Henry's very capable. He's very capable.
There's a lot of, kind of crossing lines and interconnectivity between characters that are completely out of left field and really awesome. But, back in season 1, would you ever think at this point that, you'd be, related to Rumpelstiltskin?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I always thought, I never thought going into this, I thought the whole crux of the whole season, the whole series, let alone season 1, was going to be about breaking the curse. Of course, they broke it at the end of the first season, which was a huge surprise to me. So, it's game on. Anything, literally anything can happen.
I'm going to steal him on that.
Thank you guys very much.